Well, Will, just recently we had to hire another prosecutor for our city municipal court. And we're finding that our numbers at our court are significantly higher than they have been in the past. And we're not sure exactly why, but we attribute a lot of that to the fact that our local district attorney is struggling to find attorneys to staff her office. We understand that they maybe have 3 attorneys and they're authorized to have up to 12. And so we're finding a lot of DUI cases and things like that coming to the municipal court. And so for me personally, that's frustrating. Those guys are expensive, and and we're having to find a way to put that into our budget. I'd much rather spend that money on things in the parks or other things, but unfortunately, it's the reality right now. Is It's expensive, and so we're having to hire prosecutors, defense attorneys. We had to hire or make our part-time judge full-time just because of the volume that we're seeing, and it's just hurting our budget. And I really wish that would go away, but it's not going to. So we're spending what we have to provide the legal qualifications or the legal requirements for our cases. I think you said it right. It was a business trip. I went up to see the corporations committee. They're talking liquor license and affordable housing. And I took Highway 85 up, and once you get north of Torrington and you roll through like that Newcastle area, man, it's such a pretty drive all the way up into South Dakota. Then we came back around to Sundance, where I spent the night, and we spent Thursday in Hewlett, and we were working on trying to get more liquor licenses for municipalities. And the good part is we left there, the committee asked the LSO to write 4 bills that will help us as we move forward. And so I think that's a real positive thing. And my hopes will be between now and January, we'll have enough support to add some capacity for liquor. It really is. I did an analysis, and 83.3% of municipalities larger than 1,000 people have no liquor licenses left, retail liquor licenses, and half of our counties don't either. So if an entrepreneur wants to come in, has a great idea, and they want to make an investment in Wyoming, they can't do that. So those artificial restrictions are a little hard on me. I believe in open competition where you have better service and price and those kinds of things. So we're working with the legislator to try to find a way forward. Yeah, so we have 65 properties that are 100% surrounded by the city. And, if you are in one of those areas, the city's going to annex you into to be part of the city. It was one of our city council goals last year. I think one of the benefits is if your water or septic fails, you won't have to annex. So by our doing it, we're going to save you $10,000 or $12,000 just in the cost of annexation. And also, we're going to make sure that a water or sewer hookup is not considered a development action, which means you don't have to do curb, gutter, sidewalk, you don't have to pave the road in front of you. So we're trying to make sure that we clean up the area as far as the jurisdiction, so that if there's a fire or a police will respond to that appropriately, but also trying to make sure that it doesn't cost the residents who live there. Try to make it as positive as we can. I did write in the Mayor's Minute how proud I am of our community recreation and events department. Just in the last couple of weeks, we had Fridays on the Plaza, we've had the Beer Fest, we had Super Day, so they have to set up for one event, and then it gets done at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Break that down, move the stage to the park. They're done by about midnight. They're back at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning setting up for Super Day. And I don't get any complaints. And the park was perfect. Super Day was set up beautifully. Fridays in the Plaza have been a home run, great bands, wonderful weather. I'm impressed by the hard work and dedication of that group of people. And I just wanted to give a shout out, because I think we maybe don't get to hear that enough when you're employees. And, I just very much appreciate the dedication to making, people say there's nothing to do. My gosh, nothing could be further from the truth. We have a lot of great things going on this summer, and a lot of those are put on by our community recreation and events department.